I look around me, nothing looks the same. Another golf course, another high-rise painted insane. Another Hawaiian bites the dust, another family must move. Well, I'm feeling so helpless, well, I just keep on singing the brown man blues. Papa used to fish. Get our share, head on home, prepare our favorite dish. Seems those days will come no more than at the fishes before they hit the shore. On the shore. Well, I'm feeling so helpless. Well, I just keep on singing the brown man blues. Think about old friends and faces that I used to know. I wonder if still around town or if they hit the road. Or did they leave on their free will just because they couldn't pay the bills, all of the bills? Well, I'm feeling so helpless. I just keep on singing the brown man blues. Look ashamed. Another golf course, another high rise, related insane. Another Hawaiian bite the dust. Another family must, they must move. They must move. They must move. Yeah. Well, I'm feeling so helpless. I just keep on singing the brown man blues. So helpless. But I just keep on singing it round me. It's pretty cool for guys that just showed up on a high.
Sweet. We are joined tonight with two amazing, legendary musicians.
Just one. Just one.
Noah's on his way to that legendary status, but definitely Del Beazley.
How's it, bro?
Thank you so much.
No,
and
thanks.
Noah Campbell. Yeah. Wow. I've been hoping to get you on here for a while.
Yeah, it's been a minute, huh? It's been a minute, but I'm very happy to be here and to do this, you know.
Talk about that song.
Oh, Brown Man Blues.
What, mid-90s or something?
She's actually probably written around 1990, 91, yeah, right around there. Kind of influenced by the times, you know, on the leeward side of the island where I grew up. Just one man's opinion, you know, kind of social commentary. Just one day, man, I noticed that a lot of my friends were moving out, you know. And my father was a fisherman. Besides being a firefighter, he was a fisherman. So there was this big thing with the longliners that came and encroached on our fishing ground in Waianae. So that second verse kind of talks on that point where they kind of came in too close to shore, and it was a pretty nasty battle between the locals and the foreign fishermen that came too close with the long lines. But you know, my dad, that's a true story. We grew up fishing, and then there was a time when it was abundant. And then, you know, after all of the gill netting and all of this stuff, it just kind of depleted the supply, and it was tough to deal with, you know. Besides the mass exit of our people because they just couldn't pay it.
Yeah,
so
that's kind of nuts.
But that's pretty much, you know, the whole story of it. It's just my opinion of the times, just trying to chronicle space.
It's kind of timeless too, though.
It is.
Like, keeps happening.
It just keeps going on, right? It keeps going on. So I think, you know, that song has kind of stood the test of time as far as from my compositions. Really heartfelt. It's amazing that close to 2 generations are familiar with that song. When I play it, see the young ones kind of get up and, you know, do the chorus or whatever it is, and, you know, do the doo-doo-doo-doo-doos and all that stuff. and so it's quite, I never thought I'd be in that position where a song would last like that, you know, like Jerry's Ku'uhome o Kahalu'u and stuff like that, you know. Those tunes they just stood the test of time, and they continue to inspire and educate, you know, the generations that are beyond us. So it's kind of neat.
Yeah, that one's going to be with us for decades.
Yeah, you know, I hope so. And I think that's where I come from as a writer. It's maybe a little different approach than a lot of people. A lot of things have a message, I guess. I mean, everybody does have it. Mine is more heartfelt from where I come from, and just making comment on maybe where we should be, giving some direction, sometimes wearing your emotions on your sleeve and putting it out there musically. I think music, you can connect with a lot of people musically with your choice of words, how you refer to things versus just going out there and being point blank and blunt. A lot of my peers, they kind of consider me a little punchy with my delivery and stuff. I mean, I've written songs that are like right to the point, you know. One of them being this song called Aloha No Mo, because really a lot of that has, aloha has become, in my opinion anyway, a word that is used properly, but misused more than it should be right now. It's been, you know, kind of a commercial thing, and a true essence of that.
I think it's happening all over the world.
Yeah.
Too. Yeah.
You know, we kind of losing sight of that, but I come from a time where I think aloha kind of is a key ingredient in dealing with all situations. If you take a step back and go to the foundation of how you were taught, or how we were taught, what that word meant and what it encompassed. It's not just hello, goodbye, love, and all this stuff. It's really more of a feeling and a way that you're brought up that goes deep into the soul and the heart, and that's the aloha that is missing. Not just what it is face value, or what it literally means. It's that how it was instilled and how it's supposed to be shared. And when it's shared, that thing's supposed to keep on going. It's a perpetual thing. It just keeps going. It should keep going. That was the intent of our kupuna, is that we keep that,
Definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's pretty much where I come from, I guess.
Like a way of living.
Yeah. The way, and then I think all cultures have that, treat people the way you'd like to be treated and stuff like that, and we just, at this point in time, it's pretty much, what do they say? They say, YOLO, YOLO is a new thing. You only live once. And then, its tag team partner is Yo-Yo, Y-O-Y-O, which stands for, well, you're on your own. It's kind of come to that. Yeah, you only live once, but hey, how you do them is how you do them, and how I do them is how I do them. But yet, for us, or for me, I shouldn't say, I kind of long to go back to that time when respect was mutually respected, practice, I'm sorry. Just, that was your lane, this is my lane, I respect you for what you do. And, we share that thing.
You don't think that's still...
There's some of it. I think with all the distractions of society now, with, some stuff that we cannot stop or control in a way, we become distant from each other. I think the proof is in the pudding, or the proof is in the pie. If you go to a restaurant, you order your food, and then everyone's on their phone. Guilty.
Yeah.
Guilty. We didn't have that. So conversation, talk story was always part.
Man, I miss the days before the phone.
Hey, it's funny. I just was thinking about that, man, about just, downing all of my social media and stuff. It just absorbs so much of your time, because you when I first, started doing the face, whatever you call it, and it was just to keep up with your friends that you haven't seen, and then it ends up being a soapbox for everybody, and then it kind of wears on you after a while, and you kind of miss that human contact, that actual contact where you actually.
Yeah, and they've gotten it to where, like, they've figured out the triggers that keep you coming. Like, I'm watching a movie the other night with my wife, and I find her, like, on her phone. I'm just like, come on. Like, it's like. It is.
There's
something so addictive.
Yeah.
And then they say, "Oh, you never spend any time with me."
Yeah, why you gotta multitask?
Yeah, it's funny. You can look at it all kinds of ways. When you were born with everything you needed to live.
Yeah.
And as you grew, and in this society, it's everything plus one, and that's that electronic device that you have. It seems that it's come to the point where we really can't live without it. We may say we can.
Yeah, it became more of a convenience and a hindrance at the same time.
Yeah, and
it's like a part of us already.
It is. I think back to when I was a kid and how we communicated. We had nothing but a dime in our pocket in case we needed to use the payphone to call mom if you got hurt or whatever you needed, right? Everything was a payphone. Yeah. We walked pretty much, rode a bike.
Man, I remember just leaving that, wandering.
Exactly.
It's just like you go out with your friends and you guys
just
are just out.
Yeah.
You're out and just make sure you're home by the time mom or dad said to be home.
Yeah.
And that was pretty much, and they really didn't they I guess we were so comfortable.
Well, there's
in that time.
like a level of faith it takes to like exist and just, you know, I mean, you want to like trust that the principles you've instilled in your kids are gonna be like okay, you know. Nowadays it's like, you know, you tracking them.
You're tracking them. How crazy is that?
I know, it's like,
how crazy is that?
But it turns around on you, and they tracking you.
yeah, that's true.
It's a crazy thing, right? I mean,
You're like, oh, they're about to get home.
Yeah.
You know,
It's crazy.
I mean, you know, I started writing just to write about the plight of our people, basically. And I mean, that's how I started, I think, you know. Just never wanted to. I learned by listening and playing with the heavies of the day, right? You know, Pahinui, Moon, Casamaros, all those guys, and many others. There's some names in there I'll throw at you, like Reggie Burdon, Sterling Kahalipuna, you know, Jesse Kalima. These are the guys that we grew up with. Palani Vaughn. They were the influence, what influenced the way I play. But I told myself that if I do everything exactly like they did it, that's great. But then it comes to, oh, you sound just like, or you play just like. So I've always tried to bend and create it and do their songs, easily identifiable, but put your own little twist on it here and there without destroying the actual melody line and the spirit of their arrangements and stuff. And that's how I kind of grew into doing things a little different and not being afraid to do it and handling the criticism that comes when you change, especially in music. There's a lot that comes if you mess with it a little too much or you just put your interpretation. But a lot of the criticism that comes without conversation between the person criticizing and yourself on why you did it. You know, nobody ever asks why. They just fire away. But there's a reason and an interpretive type of creativity that goes through my mind when I did one song that was like, and I had DJ Pratt playing guitar from Kalapana, and we screamed it. And this song was originally written something like this. Let's see for you. Kawai hae Taua poa uhilo Ahoe hoe lava Apiri kapue one. So it's written like that. So this song talks about a ship that's traveling around the islands and pulling into the different ports of that island. So my interpretation, be it right, be it wrong, was, well, man, it was time to put a new motor on that boat. So I did. Hawaii hae Taua poa uhilo Ahoe hoe lava Pili kapue one. And I had DJ screaming guitars. I mean, just, you know, the DJ Pratt way. It took some heat for it, but, you know. And I knew I was pushing the envelope.
It's a better party.
Yeah, you know, I pushed the envelope, but I just thought that, hey, you know, and part of it was to bring back the youth to Hawaiian music. Introduce them that, hey, this thing can be like this. And so from that time, which would have been like in the 90s till now, look at how it's turned around. I'm not saying I'm responsible for it, but whatever we did there brought some back in.
Broke ground.
Yeah, broke ground. That's a good way of putting it. And a lot of us were doing things like that. I mean, nobody played these chords before. those 6s and 9s and stuff like that. Everything was, major was, And if you listen to Robert and Roland, there's a lot of this. Hui po ikahe pueone. And that's, if you took it the old way, it would be major. So, hui po ikahe pueone. But these chords, interpretations, helped to revive Hawaiian music and kept it
next level.
Kept it, yeah, and inspired. But being around all those styles helped me. But Pat Cockett is the guy that I credit with the style that I play today. So he became part of a group that's called Napali. So, a lot of their, I think they were Hoku winners too. But Carlos wrote songs like Limahuli. Little did I know that when I got married, my wife's grandma, their property, their land was Limahuli, where the stream comes from the mountain, runs to the property all the way. Most beautiful place you ever seen. That was theirs. But all these things start, the dots start connecting and stuff like that. And it just amazes me how your life journey, unfolds, so to speak. I mean, Limahuli. That was it. Limahuli, rushing streams. How many songs can you sing? I mean, I got to see that place with my own eyes, in all its splendor and glory. And to just have pilina or relationship or, connection between those who wrote that thing, make that thing a little more special, It's not a surface thing, it becomes just part of you when you experience stuff like that. I'm just fortunate to have been born and raised and been mentored by some good Hawaiians that help to keep me where I need to be. Everybody has a place. Everybody has something to do. No matter how small you may think your duty is, that's your job. That's your kuleana. Do 'em good. Understand, without what you do, somebody else got to pick up the slack and do it for you. But if you do that, the person with a different kuleana can focus on that and be great at that. And that's how that's how that whole thing works. I think of one song, and the song is called Opai'e. And Opai'e, simply, tells the story of a boy whose sister was captured by a giant eel, Opuhi, and taken into the cave, right? And there he kept her, and he needed to get his sister back, so he went and called upon all of the creatures of the sea. And each one that he asked, Opai'e, he asked the shrimp to help him. I am too little. I cannot. And so you guys know how the story goes. It's pretty much
like in maybe in the same style of like Aesop's fables. Yeah, there's a moral to the story. So it goes on, you know. Please come help me. Yeah, not the way. Come help me get my sister. Nobody answers the call, but the smallest and most unassuming creature of the sea, which is the opihi. And the opihi says, okay, what I'm going to do, cousin, is I'm going to crawl up these puhi and I'm going to suck his eyeballs and he going to be blind. When he blind, you go inside and go get your sister. Once again, I use that as knowing your role. No matter how small or how insignificant you may think you are much needed as a part of the earth, as a part of your people, as a part of your ohana, as a part of your legacy. That little thing, when you crawl up that eel, who would think? That thing is the size of a nickel. I mean, it can get big.
Not the ones on Big Island.
Yeah, not the one on Big Island. That bugger is big, bro. You can make braziers with them. But,
No,
you know,
that's a beautiful sentiment, and it's like I think it's easy for people to kind of feel insignificant, maybe, but
Yes.
it's like think about the people that rely on you, even if it's just for love and friendship. You know, I mean, like
yeah,
they,
yeah,
yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
we all need each other.
of course.
Definitely.
Of course. And you know, case in point, man, everybody needs a good listener in their life. The shoulder for put your head on top, cry. The ear for tell your story too, without being judged. Or perhaps you need to be judged for set you straight. You need that person, or you need that hui in your life. I think, you know, I mean, that's me personally. No mean I right, but I tell you what, no mean I wrong either. It's just coming from one Hawaiian's perspective, or the way I was brought up, and what I've learned by being around those people who preserve our culture, is that a lot of it is knowing your role. Knowing your role. You know, if you were meant to teach, go teach. You know? And that's how this whole thing function, right? It's like the car. Cannot go no place without the motor. Can have the most beautiful tires, but no motor, you're not going no place, right? Everybody on that car get on job, you know?
Yeah.
So,
Like years ago, I was like, oh, I want to be the best guitar player. And then I was like, oh, I don't know. Maybe I could be the best bass player. I'm like, I don't know. Oh, maybe I could record the best musicians. Hey, maybe I could provide the best instruments. Hey, I could do
there
that.
you go.
Yeah, no.
do that.
And look at it, and here we are.
Yeah, right.
Here we are. Because the truth is, I couldn't do this myself, right? There's no way. There's no way, because everybody's skill set,
Yeah.
so
yeah.
to say, is different, and it is needed. It is needed. When you show up at the gig, I only want to plug in my guitar. I'm relying on brother for
Yeah, a
get the
good
best
sound
out.
guy. You guys know how that is.
Yes.
It's like
Yeah.
that's a
As
valued
golden.
position. Yeah.
As golden, and Noah will attest to that.
Yeah.
Is that we always
Yeah.
we malama and we aloha them, because I don't care how good you are. You can be the greatest. You can be Luciano Pavarotti. If he got to sing through a microphone and that guy don't know what he's doing,
Yeah.
that's not the same Pavarotti you came to see,
Yeah. That's-
right?
Yeah.
It's not the same. And that goes with everybody. And I think musicians across the board, from the smallest to the tallest, you know, or the smallest to the biggest, the grandest, why do you think they travel with who they travel with?
It's an important job.
You know, the roadies, the sound techs, you know, guys travel with their own luthiers, guys who do, building, repair, or guitar techs if you want to, because they're much needed. And that's the skill set. It is a kako thing. If you think you're going to stand alone, I'm going to do them all myself, you can. It's going to take you a while. You might burn out before you reach where you go. Until you embrace the thought that it's a kako thing.
Yeah. Hey, maybe I do need this guy's help.
Right. Exactly.
For a lot of people listening, it's like what music is for them. It's like it helps them gives them joy in their life, but also helps them do whatever they're doing at a better level,
Yeah.
And it's like, that thing of like disconnecting too. Like you typically aren't like immersed in your music and online, scrolling or whatever. It's like you have to kind of disconnect and connect to something else,
Right.
Definitely.
Right.
Be in that moment.
Right. And music is a amazing vehicle.
Yeah.
I think one of the greatest compliments I had, I wrote a song. My son, my oldest son, was about 12 years old, suffered one injury playing soccer, where he started having involuntary movement of his arm. He had shaking like Parkinson's. They couldn't figure it out. This thing went all the way to New York, specialists all over. My big boy, and so I wrote a song about that, and the song was called "Loose Ends." I kind of forget how to play it, but let's see. Nobody knows the true meaning of life. To fate delivers a blow that tears at your heart and shatters your dreams. Till you're willing to sell your soul. Well, I've been down that road before, and as a friend to a friend, don't wait for fate, it'll be too late to tie up all your loose ends. So every day that you rise, be thankful for life. Hug the children, say I love you, do the same for your wife. And all the things you've taken for granted, learn to cherish them all, so that you'll have no loose ends. Should fate decide to call. Now, sorry, I never remember how you did it, but
Wow.
tying up your loose ends, because at that time we had no knowledge what was going to happen to this kid. He stayed home for a couple weeks and 24 hours just shaking like this. Just shaking one side like that. And he was playing soccer when he got hurt, so it could be just trauma. But the whole point that he went brain scans and all kind of scans went across up and down the country. Now, inside you don't know what to do.
Yeah.
So I wrote that song called Loose Ends, not thinking nothing. That song never got traction because it was a personal song. Yeah, it's a song that's, don't wait for fate. That would be too late to tie up all your loose ends. That's the lyric, right? So every day that you rise, be thankful for life. Hug the children, say I love you, do the same for your wife. And all of the things that you've taken for granted, learn to cherish them all so you have no loose ends should fate decide to call. And this guy out of the blue, bro, I'm playing at Hollywood Joe's. And this is years after this song came out, close to 20 years. And there's maybe this many people that know that song.
6 now. 7.
6 now. Yeah.
7.
Wow, he comes up to me and requests the song.
Wow.
And I'm over there, I'm backpedaling because I don't play it much, and I put in some funky changes that I don't remember. So me and Uncle Dwight Kanaya are sitting on stage, and we start to fiddle with it. And I sing it. And I look at the guy, and he's pretty much just in the moment, you know. At the end of the performance, he comes up and he explains to me on how that song helped him get through one of the darkest periods of his life, where I believe this gentleman was diagnosed with something that possibly could have, you know, ended his life. And
well, we're all gonna die.
yeah, right.
That's
right?
the thing.
Yeah, but to get him through that hardship, you know, I thought,
Yeah.
I was like, wow. So you never know how the words you put down on paper
Oh, effect.
and, you know, record
Yeah,
might
that's-
hit some, because the goal is education, right, or whatever, or just
I mean,
making that
the
statement
message in the song is beautiful, because it's like people go throughout their lives a lot of
like
times,
that. Yeah,
like not thinking like, hey, you know, you could go at any point, and
Yep.
is this how you know, you got to think about how you want to be
right.
remembered, what
Right.
you were doing. It's
Right.
like that whole like living only for yourself kind of a deal. It's just like so ridiculous when you think about it on the bigger scale.
Yeah, and you know, it's too bad that it's moments like those that are the big swift kick, you know, kole, to get you back on track. You know, it's unfortunate that I think a lot of times, you know, so I used to use my analogies. Well, some need a push, others need a nudge, and others need one swift kick in the ass. You know, that has never, it's always been.
I usually need
Something.
that kick in the ass.
Yeah, well,
I
you
think
know,
we all do.
I think our generation, you know, yeah. Man, I never thought I was going this deep, but we're going deep, eh?
Oh, sorry.
No, it's all good.
Let's give the people some more music.
What was doing earlier?
I don't know. What were we doing earlier? We were eating pizza.
We were eating pizza and we were eating marlin dip.
Oh, yeah.
You know, just
sorry.
beat up the mic. The mic hasn't done anything to you. Grab that ukulele, bro. We're doing just one straight up. One of my favorite Hawaiian songs. For the island of Kauai.
Yeah.
Song is called what is this? Ua Loku. And
Yeah.
they send this one out to the man I consider my kumu eki kumu, Patrick Cockett, who resides on that island. It's about a short version of this. Kinia ine ina pali leho piliana me kalaua e a me he ipo he no ne ka poli a kaho ene mai no a ke kai me he ala Ei mai ana e hoi mai no ka wala e pili ka ua loku kaulana a ohana le goe my boy. Hey, my kind of my root right there. The Hawaiian music action over there. I like that. Small story. Grandma was a very good piano player and ukulele player. And when it was, I really liked this song because Gabby Pahinui. That was, he did one. I mean, I just rocking with these 12 string, one of the greats. But I could never get the change. So I was living with grandma that time. And, saying, going. And for days, I couldn't get. Mehe ala e maiana. Grandma grabs the ukulele. She had a small pineapple. And she starts going. So she goes. Mehe. And then she plays E7. Ala e. And she don't know the chord. Then she plays A minor. Maya. Then she plays G minor. Na. And she plays C7. And she goes, hoi. Now, who think you would go this? Hoi B. My. Kind of obscure and weird, right? No ka ua la e pili. Ka Ua Loku kaulana o hanale. Now this is from a lady with no formal musical training, and I think that's why that song we always open with that song when Noah and I play. That's our opening song. It just kind of helps us vocally. It helps us to warm up and get into the mood of the evening. But the underlying part that's I always remember my grandmother helping me figure that out because there's no way. Where my skill level was back then, I probably was about maybe 16, 17, that I could have figured that out. I did not hear that. I didn't hear it. But grandma was probably fed up of me spending a couple hours and still not finding it and playing all the wrong notes that she came over there with her ukulele and chanka, just like that. And here you go.
I'll show you one more time.
I only gonna show you once, boy. I only gonna show you one time. And that one time went last. Look how many years now.
No, that was it. That was the whole. I was taught that way too. Watch.
Oh, watch. Yeah.
Watch.
Yeah.
Don't
Be
say
seen.
anything.
Yeah. Be seen and not heard. You're right.
Yeah.
You are right. Yeah. I tell you what. Growing up on the weekends, I grew up with and stayed. I lived in Makaha. 84153 Jade Street, the land of the free and the home of the brave. Simple life, make sure you clean the yard, clean the room, cut the grass, and then you can go beach, right? Simple.
Lots of musical legends from over there.
You know what? You're right. You are so right. I mean,
In your generation, too.
yeah, I mean,
was a real-
Walter. I mean, there are many more that maybe didn't get the same name recognition as we did, but they were part. I mean, I think it's Walter's. How is his brother or his cousin? Duki Aipolani. Not a monster, bro. Guitar guys. They had this group called Namelekani, and they held court in Kalihi at its old place. Was called Kananis, not Punanis, guys. Kananis. Okay, Punanis, those are not a bar, and that was way after. Kananis in Kalihi. And that was one hot band.
Didn't you write Punani Patrol?
Yeah, I did, bro. I did write Punani Patrol. If you want to hear that, let's go to that start. Fast forward.
All right.
Fast forward. So 1993, I come out with Night and Day. And then, we do that. What's that? Hili he wakahi manaola ke ole ke kuka amaka he vavale gulia anala ikpo me kea Hili he wakahi manaola ke ole ke kuka makaheva vale kulia anala ikapo mekea go back
Haina mai ka puanala ke ole ke kuka kuka Makaha vale gulia anala I ka po me kea Haina mai ka puanala ke ole ke kuka kuka Makaha vale gulia anala I ka po me kea I ka po me kea I ka night and day on the spot, Andrew. It was on the spot. But anyway, getting back to Punani Patrol. So 1993, we recorded this thing, and you know, it's an arrangement that's kind of out there. It's really jazzy. Tim Sukiyama on saxophone, Kimo Cornwell of Hiroshima fame, played with Al Jarreau and stuff like that on keys. Mike Kennedy, one of the most awesome drummers of the time, played with C&K, all the big guys. Back then, did a lot of studio work. Mike Muldoon, one of the greatest local percussionists, was living here at that time, and Katamadule on bass, and so we come up with this arrangement. Okay, so so it lives its life, and it's still here. I mean, they still play it, but it lived its life. But it was right at the time when Jawaiian music came in, and then so FM 100 started. And then everything was and that was the start of it, and then they started doing that our interpretation of reggae music, with that the skank used to be, whereas the skanks that we heard from Marley was one, and we doubled it. Yeah, but it's all good because look how big it is now. But at that time, we're competing for airplay. So I was listening to all the stuff, and I was listening, and I just bought one computer. It had about 110 megabytes of memory or something like that. Old Packard. So I sit down, and I'm getting angry, and I'm getting frustrated because the landscape has changed, and I'm not part of it. I'm not part of it. When you're young, sometimes, and it took me a while, I was thinking, oh man, do I chase this thing? Or do I stay in my lane? I don't know what to do. So I start doing... In about 10 minutes, I wrote the song Punani Patrol. So I call my friend who's a local DJ, and I start singing it to her. Friday night, we're good to go. Out on Punani Patrol. He stops you right there. He go like, bro, you not can record that. I said, why? He said, Hawaiian, you Del Beazley, bro. I said, so what does that mean? He said, bro, the song no match you. More down now into my rakai, into my sorrow. Ding dong bell, pussy in the well.
Oh boy.
So anyway, long shot, I gave Sean that, and I think became a big hit. And then super controversial because of that word Punani. Now, I'm going to clarify this. This is for the record. When I was growing up, Punani didn't mean what it became to mean now, right? Making reference to the female, happy place.
sorry, but
For the record.
hey, for the record, class of 79, 80, 81. What do you want? I have 3 caps, 3 gowns, 3 tassels, and 1 GED. What do you expect? So, so people were calling their radio station because now the DJs are calling me, bro, this ain't this. And you know what? I wouldn't say what made it Pono, but was Kupuna was calling it. And they would say, well, Del Beazley wrote it. And it was kind of like the end of the discussion. It was like,
That was a deal breaker right there.
oh.
Yeah.
But
Okay.
it didn't, during my day, that didn't mean that. All it was a reference to Wainis, like how you would call it, oh, look at that chick. So, or Hawaii, kumu. But that word Punani, when I was growing up, didn't refer to that specific area. It referred to women, you know, the beautiful women. And you know, and there just was whatever was going on in my mind at that time. But I tell you what, that song was really written out of anger because I was, that, like I said, the landscape changed and I wasn't part of that change. And so I was like kind of pissed off. Not kind of, I was pissed off. And I wrote that. But the thing still got traction and became one big hit, bro. Plenty guys was dancing to him. You know what I mean? Like Cat Show was rocking, baby. And I'm like, oh God, did I write that?
No, I mean,
Yeah.
you know,
it's
it's real. It's like,
Yeah.
And look at, I mean, if you look at what the songs are saying now, it's
Yeah.
pretty mellow.
Yeah. Mine is the kind of the nursery rhyme version.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
Do you play that song?
We'll fool around with it. We'll, you know, like if we're doing a local gig, and I'll just throw the riff. And people will, they do the meerkat. Huh?
It's a good song.
Yeah. But you know, at my age, I start forgetting the words, so it's kind of like you get the first verse about 30 times. Friday night. Oh, the chorus all the way. But we do it once in a while. I'll just break into it impromptu out of another song, you know, and do stuff like that.
It's good fun.
Yeah, it is. But I mean, that's the true story behind that one. That is a true story. But
That's awesome.
I thank God that I didn't chase it. You know, I think when everything changed and that became the overwhelming choice of obtaining work, was that style of music, be it luau's, whatever it was, concerts, that style. But it was the time. That was the time.
What, Jawaiian?
Yeah, that was it.
I mean, it kind of still is.
Oh, it is. It is. It hasn't gone away.
Yeah.
It's morphed into even
It evolved.
a more refined
Yeah.
version. I mean, the guys who are doing it are
They're
awesome.
killing it. Yeah.
They're awesome. It's worldwide, bro. It's worldwide. And we didn't have, well, if that's the case, then I'll share this with you. When Israel decided to go on his own and stuff, I already had Hawaiian Superman written and penned. Oh, you got to hear the story of how I wrote this, Andrew. This is a good one, bro. This is a good one. But as he was recording this, he asked me early on, and people don't know, and I'm not going to toot my whistle, but a lot of the stuff that was recorded, I sat down with him, and we just would toss stuff around, and I'd introduce him. Hey, try listen to this song. You know? Hey, and it would end up on the album, you know? But was the song that was right for him? It was just, I guess, he and I were kind of so in tune with each other, and we were in tune with where we were in our life, and I was in tune with where he wanted to go and where he needed to be. So I suggested songs that I heard. I mean, I took songs that were covered by David Lindley, who's like one of the great guitar players and musicians. Unreal. I mean, when the Pahinuis and Rai Cooter did the Pahinui Brothers, Dave Lindley was one of the guys playing on that album there. I mean, you know all that jealous guy. I'm just all it like that guitar work. That's cool. That's Cooter and Dave Lindley.
Yeah.
You know, playing all that stuff. But anyway, and Israel liked it. But the reason is part of it, and it's genius when you think about it. You needed something to penetrate and cross over into that market, which was Jawaiian. You see, you needed that, and that's where, if you listen to his version of Country Road, Hawaiian Superman, starting all over again. You listen to where the placement of music is on that. It's genius, because that's where he needed to be. That's where he needed to be in order to get that. And you know, that album, Facing Future, bro, broke barriers, bro.
Yeah, it did.
Opened doors for everybody. Yeah. The music, the far-reaching, the far reach of his music into Europe and stuff. Huge, bro. Huge. I mean, I'm still in awe today. That song, Hawaiian Superman, is played around the world by ukulele players.
Yeah, that's a staple for the uke world.
It's crazy, bro. Written by me, public school, bro. Class of 79, 80, 81.
Excellent.
Huh? With one Santana riff, eh? And the rest is history, but so
You play that one?
we do.
Yeah.
We do. We do.
You gotta play it.
Okay. We'll try. It's high, you know. After I had the surgery, those high notes don't come as easy.
Tell me the story of writing.
Oh, you want to hear the right? Oh, the writing one is good, bro. So I wanted to record the song at the time of this. My producer told me, no, that's nah. So, best musical decision in my career, guys. Give the song to Israel Kamaka Vivo.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, man.
Best. Not at the time, I didn't think it would do that. I had no, not even. But the purpose of writing that song, once again, comes back to kuleana. What is my kuleana? To chronicle as a hakumele, to chronicle time-space events, right? Past, present, future. Where we were, how we are, where we let go. Don't forget what happened over here. Use that, stand on top of that so you can go this way. Without the cultural practitioners, your kumuhula, pahula, your hakumele, your lapa'au people, the people that take care of medicine, people that take care of genealogy, yeah, your mo'okuauhau, so to speak. Without that, no more identity. Guys, we just got them back, in a way. The language. That was a key ingredient on where we are right now. I mean, I don't know what they thought was going to happen when we was able to teach our own. And I can go on and on how proud I am of this generation and how they've educated themselves and put themselves into position to be formidable on challenging, speaking on behalf of things that are happening from both sides. Before we could only fight on one side, and it was a side that we didn't have all of the knowledge to fight with. Now, when I say we brought up in both worlds because cannot help, that's how this place will end up. Not cannot help, but that's how it end up. Right? Right. We get two different flags. The generation now can handle what they need to handle with the perspective of what is Hawaiian, and battle in one different battlefield with knowledge and confidence based on the knowledge they've gained falling back on the foundation of our ancestors. It's amazing. I mean, maybe some people don't understand that, but I've been around it and I've watched and I see development. And one of them, I give you a prime example, my granddaughter. White as snow. No look, one drop connect. She's fluent. She's knowledgeable. She's a hopa. She's a chanter. And she, at an age of, she's going to be 13 soon, understands her responsibility. And we talk about it, And I always go back and people, this is biblical. To whom much is given, much is expected or asked of, which is only right. Right? What you get, you got to give back. Mm-hmm. You got to give back somehow. And that's how, this whole thing was. So, Hawaiian Superman. I was cleaning out my man cave because I was told to. Because, the man cave get clothes over here, BBDs over there, towels over here, paper plates over there. You got to clean them up. Cleaning them up, I find this pamphlet with, says Hawaiian mythology. And I'm in a fairly new home built in Nanakuli on 3rd Road, Mano Avenue. And I pick up this book, so all cleaning ceases. And I read the book and the legend of, the couple legends pop out of Maui, how we stopped the sun and how we explain how we learned to use fire or to make fire. And that's how that song was born, bro. It was just born right there. It was, on 20, 30-minute number, the chords came and the chorus came and I put it on a side, did a little work tape, put it on a side, and I played it for Israel before I talked to my producer at the time to do it, and we decided that, now we're not going to do them. Okay, fine. So now, Gaylord Holomalia, who was part of that project, asked me, do you have a work tape or, something? Brother, this is when keyboards came out from, you could get them from Sears Roebuck, that had, you press the one key and it plays the drums and plays the chords and gives you a horn loop and all this kind of stuff. So now you gotta check this out now. So I sit down, I set up my black guitar, my Guild, which I have somewhere here. And that's my baby. She's there. And okay, so I do that. I set up a Fostex 4-channel. SM58, boom, mic stand. But now I got to figure out how I'm going to play that keyboard and sing because I didn't even know how to multi-track. I didn't know how to use that damn thing. So I patched through an 8-channel PV board. Set them up, make boom, boom, boom. Run one line. However, I don't know how I did them, but somehow just one channel on the Fostex.
I think I had that same thing.
Yeah. So now, this is the one, boy. This is true story, and I blow everybody's mind. So now you gotta imagine that the keyboard is no more 2 feet. Small kawaii keyboard, had the drum pad too. Boom, bap, boom, bap. You could make all that. Psh, 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 psh. So now how am I gonna play that thing? Use your imagination now. Think now. The keyboard only like this. The keys only like this. Bruh. I played them with my toes. I played the 1-chord patterns with my toes. But my big toe, which is the most coordinated toe on your foot, unless you somebody else, I don't know, was too big. So I was hitting 2 chords. So when you hit, 2 keys. If you hit 2 keys, it'll play a minor chord. If you hit 1 key, major. If you split, I think you could get on 7 or something like that. It was like that, bro. So it was a one-touch. It's brand new, bro. Brand new. Hawaiian ingenuity. I take a clothespin. I break the clothespin in half. I take Scotch tape. I tape that thing to my toe, bro. So that I can be clean. And that's how the first work tape was made. And the horn line was one generic horn line that went. Da 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 da, and that's true story, bro. And then I sent this. I mean, it took hours, bro, for do because before we don't know how to what you call cut and paste. What you call cut and then couldn't, bro. I had to start all over.
Oh,
I don't know how to do anything, brother. I was in maybe barely almost 30, maybe 28, 20. I don't know how old I was. Bro, it took like 4 hours for me to make one work tape with my toes. And I did them and I gave them to Gaylord. And then that's when Gaylord came out with and that's the story of that, bro. That is the story of that song. That's how that thing, I did the work tape and all that, but.
So you were playing it with your feet so that you could play guitar?
And sing.
Okay.
All one time. Because when you play.
Like my glove.
Yeah.
That's
yeah.
my glove.
So yeah, I was the original looper. I was on Fruit Looper.
Band, yeah.
That's what it was, one member. I was on Circus, bro.
Yeah,
when I
yeah.
think about it. And that's on True Story, bro.
Holy smokes.
True story. Tape your toe and put one
Half of a clothespin.
half the clothespin.
That sounds like a fun way to spend the day.
Bro, it took hours, but I did them.
You should have seen how he grounded his guitar.
Oh, the other.
That was so
I was
awesome.
tell him the ground. He was laughing.
He was grounding out, so every time he would
Would buzz.
yeah, it would just buzz, and then it's I got an idea. So he gets a guitar string, he wraps it around the jack, and he puts it in his pocket, and just to touch his skin, and it worked.
Yeah.
Grounds it out.
It worked.
yeah.
It's like,
And then so the sound tech from Aulani comes on and said, "Brother, you just turned yourself into a lightning rod." Almost got home with curly hair from that gig, baby.
man.
But he was tripping out. He was like,
oh my God.
"No way!" So I think
how are you gonna touch that and play at the same time?
So-
I got an idea.
yeah, you know how there's the on the guitar string there's the ring. So I feed one end through. I hook it around the tail pin, wrap it a couple times, make one, kind of like one knot, and then I shove the rest of the thing inside of my my waistband and run it down my leg. And we
Yeah,
played the
that's a
whole
good
night
idea.
and it grounded out. And
No
I had
buzzing.
a clear signal.
It's not
No
I mean,
buzz.
that's a pretty good quick fix.
That's crazy, bro. And he was rolling all night. But little did I know that was a lightning rod. That could have been really bad. So yeah, why don't we do it? No, let me tune a guitar. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, prepare yourselves. The circus is about to begin.
No, talk about that youth.
Oh, this one? Oh yeah. So when I used to work at the ukulele site at the shop down in Haleiwa, this one came to sell, and like any other our salesman, we had to demo the ukuleles for any customers were interested in it, and then I just played it one time and then I put it back and I called up Andrew and said, "Hey man, I can't sell this." So why not? So I gotta take it home. And here it is. So
And truth be known, man, the first time I heard that ukulele, I was like, "Oh, brother, what kind of ukulele that?"
yeah, so I had to fill him in on the information on this one. So this is Kola, made by Noah Bonk, and super happy with this.
Talk about the string set that you used on there too.
Yeah, so I mean, it first came out with I think Alohi's on it, the Ko'olau brand, but going through just different string changes, Corey kind of made a suggestion on Worth Brown Fats Low G. So this is pretty much
What is it?
So it's the brand is called Worth Strings. So they come from Japan.
What are they worth?
Plenty, because it's
Yeah, they
yeah, they're double set. So they're I think it was 36 inches long. One string.
42, yeah, something like that.
Yeah, so there you get two sets of strings.
Mm-hmm.
So this one, I kind of went with the low G for the C string, and the C string is the E string, and the E string is the A string. So it's kind of a high tension kind of a string. And
So you take that low G set and you just move everything down.
pretty much, yeah.
G is the C, C
Yeah,
is the E,
so
is the-
so when I
Really?
I do
Yeah,
switch.
yeah. So it's
Kinda high.
high tension, but
Yeah.
if you set it up right, it's punchy.
Oh, definitely. So that's what this is, a little
So-
cannon
So your high, your A string is actually the E string?
E string. Yeah,
That's brilliant.
yeah. Oh, that's Corey. That's his.
I mean, it's not for
Genius.
everybody,
No, it's not.
and it might not be for every uke.
Right,
But
But-
exactly. But for me, switching from guitar, which is medium strings,
Right.
and then going back to the ukulele, it kind of has the same tension.
Right.
But I mean, yeah, that's
Right.
the main reason why I like to do it. Yeah.
But the tonal quality when you use a thicker string on
Yeah.
the highest thing, there's some sort of warmth that happens. Now I know your secret, and I'm just gonna say you cheat, you cheat.
Yeah. It's
You
interesting
cheat.
though, because like on some ukes, that setup might be too wolfy or like
Yeah. Yeah.
not really work out. But yeah, it sounds
But
amazing.
with
on
the
this guy.
spruce and the rosewood, yeah, it definitely works out. So it makes it even louder.
Yeah. It is a good cheat, but you gotta have a little bit of strength.
Yeah,
Definitely. Yeah.
yeah. I mean, look at those bananas he's playing
right?
with.
It's not fair.
when I shake hands with Noah, I feel like, oh my god, am I like I'm a different species.
No, definitely. I don't know. I can't do any Benny Chong chords or anything.
Well,
but I mean,
Benny's learned that from playing marbles. You know, when you do the span.
yeah.
I love Benny, bro. I mean, we went on the road and stuff and did some stuff.
Yeah?
Just so much fun,
He's
bro.
the goat. That guy.
He is the goat.
And he plays that baritone and he has a low D setup. A high D setup, right?
Yeah.
And to be able to make that, what is it? The G string, your bass string, and get your low end out of that, and the way you got to configure your chords, it's crazy, bro. Crazy thought. Crazy thought. Even like what does Khalid play with a high G on his tenor?
High G, yeah.
That is the same concept. I mean, when you play, I'm a low G guy because it's relative to the guitar.
Right.
When you play that high G, I just conceptually get lost the further I go up the board. As far as getting, you can get the high end stuff,
Yeah.
but to know how to fill out the chord by using that, what is
I see
that?
what you mean, yeah.
The C string as your
Right.
bass, or that
Oh right.
takes
right.
a whole different
what you
thought
mean.
process.
Yeah.
It's like it's used by a lot of jazz guys like that, where like you get those thick chords where all the notes are kind of close together.
Yeah.
Just amazing. I mean, we watch Benny and how he works it, man.
I kind of just don't want to play anymore when I watch him.
Well, there's a bunch of guys that I will not. I mean, one of them was Uncle Hiram Olsen. Uncle Hiram Olsen, amazing. Kuki Amang. These guys are amazing jazz players. I mean, when they play one Hawaiian song that has basically a 1-4-5 setup, the passing chords, you wouldn't believe how many passing notes they get.
Yeah, I know.
that fit, because that's how my grandmother and grandfather played. And like I said earlier, I didn't have enough time with them to learn how to pass like that. How to pass, how to get to the next one. And they did it without looking. That's one thing. You can play them if you try no look.
Yeah.
Try no look.
A lot of practice.
Oh, bro, we just sailing our ship all over the ocean, boo.
That's right.
All right,
Ship is a vessel.
You're about to take us to the circus.
Yeah, we're going to the circus, so. Now a day goes by that I don't think of Kamaka Vivole and what he did for me by doing this song. I mean,
Is that me?
somebody buzzing.
No.
Oh. Yeah. No.
You got to go home.
No, my brother calling.
Your brother.
Yeah.
Billy!
Nah.
Billy!
I'll call him after.
But, Kaanoy, thank you, brother. You open the doors for plenty, bro. And, I hope your nephew stay by you. I hope my boy Bubba stay right by you, because you guys two was too much when you guys was over here sparring partners. So, you wanna go, man? 5, 6, 5, 6, 7, 8. One who fished out on the islands and captured the sun. His deeds in Tesca will unmask so that you'll understand. Before there was a Clark Kent, there was a Hawaiian Superman. He fished out the islands with the magic hook. There should have been more, but somebody loved. In blue morning sky, sunny and twine, to slow down his flight, so Kappa could dry. Mischievous, marvelous, magical Maui, hero of this land, the one, the only, the ultimate Hawaiian Superman. Maui, marvelous, magical Maui, Maui, oh Maui, 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 Hawaiian Superman. Well, the secret of fire was lost somewhere in time. So when the ahi died in the halime, I no way to reignite. So off he goes in search of those who hold the information, so fire could be used by all the future generations. He firmly held the fire connection. A plan of deception fell short of perfection. Oh, with no other choice, he had to play me. So he squeezed our last throat until she screamed the secret. Mischievous, marvelous, magical Maui, hero of this land, the one, the only, the ultimate Hawaiian Superman. Maui, marvelous, magical Maui, 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 oh Maui, 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 Hawaiian Superman. Mischievous, marvelous, magical Maui, hero of this land, the one, the only, the ultimate Hawaiian Superman. Mischievous, marvelous, magical Maui, 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 Hawaiian Superman. And the sky. Oh, no, wrong song. And the sky is gray. No maras and no faras. No maras and no faras.
It's so iconic. Thank you for writing that song.
Oh, thank you, brother.
That's going to be with us forever.
Definitely.
Oh, man.
Definitely.
What a, coming from where I came from, never ever crossed my mind that something like that would happen. So, like I say, knowing your role.
You mean when you were tying sticks to your toes.
Yeah. I mean, I've always been, I guess part of it is, growing up in a Hawaiian homestead and growing up on a hog farm, we had pigs, and learning how to do with what you have, So in other words, fixing pig pens, building coops, doing this, doing that. I was always around my papa doing that kind of stuff. So those things, ingenuity. My grandfather had a 7th grade education, but man, that bugger had one PhD in everything else.
In life.
I mean, fix car, electrical, plumbing, anything. He could do everything, that man. And do them good and clean, Self-taught, amazing, bro. Just simply amazing. So,
that's how you're like grounding your guitar to your
exactly. I mean,
figure it out.
Yeah, figure something out. I mean, and I know that I do that. Like if I gotta fix something, and Noah does that too. He does that too. He knows how. I mean, what now they call it MacGyver, right?
Yeah.
MacGyver in a thing.
That's right.
MacGyver. But there's just something by being brought up like that.
Well, yeah, you gotta do something.
And now the big word is repurpose.
Yeah.
You try to grow up in a homestead, brother, down in Waianae or Nanakuli.
Plenty repurpose stuff.
Repurpose. I mean, you pull the nail out, make the nail straight, and use them again.
Yeah.
My grandfather them never threw away doors. They were custodians at an elementary school. When those guys redid the bathrooms, all of the porcelain came home with us, brother. The urinals and stuff were turned into troughs.
Oh,
wow. So that we could slop the hogs and
smart.
stuff like that.
Yeah.
The doors for the bathroom were not the doors for the pig pen. So as far as repurpose and all this going green, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, the Hawaiians been doing this long time.
It's called survival.
That's exactly what I said at an interview I do. I said, they call this repurpose. I said back then it was simply called survival.
Yeah.
That was it, bro. Talk about no waste.
Yeah.
We didn't waste nothing.
No waste because we no more money.
No more money.
That's what it was.
And I tell my kids and my grandkids, I said, when we used to have luau, baby luau, we had our own hogs. The chickens, you don't go buy from a store. You buy the ones that cannot lay eggs. You slaughter yourself. You cut chicken long rice. The coconut, sometime I remember they would do the milk for make the haupia, but that took a lot. So then we went the Filipino way. We went to the mendonca can. The best for make haupia. But these are the things that, make imu. How many guys know how to do that now? I had planning
I
all
still
that.
do it.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
the best.
Oh, you cannot beat that.
Yeah.
Oh, liquid smoke ain't got nothing on us,
You
baby.
can't liquid smoke that.
No,
Yeah,
no. But
Yeah.
amazing, bro, our kupuna. Papa's pig never did come out junk. Never did. Thanksgiving, you slaughter the turkey, right? You kalua. Okay, that's Thanksgiving. 1 week after that, you go buy turkey chicks and you raise them for next Thanksgiving. That's just how it was, bro. That's just how it was. That's how it was. It was crazy. Crazy. So I don't know, everybody getting off, we got to repurpose that. We got to do that. Mary, we've been doing that for years, cousin. No, there's nothing new to me. Going green means something totally different when I was 9th grade.
It's like cool now.
Yeah, right? And any homesteader or any kanakamaole, anybody who lived that subsistence lifestyle, we cannot get excited about that.
Yeah.
We're not going to get excited about that because you know what? Been there, done that, still doing them. So, no go take credit for something you guys never do or invent. Holy smoke.
Yeah, it's just it needs to be out there because it's like there's so much crap being made every day. It's like, where is it all going?
Yeah. In the ocean.
Something's gotta give.
Yeah. And and to that, I mean, why do people want to repurpose and put in old doors, old windows, and all that? It's not just the aesthetics and what it looks like. It's because how they built. You could not.
That's true too.
You could not.
Hell yeah.
You could not put something like that into a new house if it was junk. That defeats the purpose. That thing probably going to outlast the new material that the new house was built in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why you think
You're not punching a hole in that guy.
No. Look at these people going to these old buildings and they go and meticulously go through and take all these old, the door jambs, the arched doorways and all that. Why? That was an art,
Like
bro.
everything used to be like,
Yep.
like even if
Yes.
you look at like old architecture,
Oh, yeah.
like everything is getting so like just bland compared to like the time and
Yes.
like,
Yes.
I don't know.
Yes. I mean, arched doorways was kind of common in some local
Yeah.
neighborhoods. If you go to Kapuhulu,
Yeah.
a lot of houses have that.
Even in town and
Yes.
on all
I
of your
mean,
street, all that.
So
old
we
buildings.
had they had something right, bro, because
Yeah.
obviously people are longing for it.
Yeah, now it's like some developer will buy a whole place and
Yes.
put up these, just cookie cutter, just
Right.
cracker jack looking,
Right.
and they're cheap, but they're like they look kind of nice,
Right.
from the outside, but
Right.
like the materials are junk,
Yeah.
selling for
Yeah.
like over $1 million.
It's crazy, right? It's crazy, right?
But yeah, sorry, old man
Yes.
complaining.
Well, Andrew, this is a
Hey, I remember when you guys played Salt, or when we were in town there, and you guys came down and did that. I remember you telling a story, speaking of Iz, about him writing somewhere, or like him performing that song and how that changed.
Yeah. And I still share that story. So prior to Israel doing the version that has gone around the world, touched many lives, and healed many souls, that acoustic version, just voice ukulele of Somewhere Over the Rainbow, we had already recorded it on his very first solo album, which was called Ka'anoi. And Ka'anoi is the one that I wrote, Men Who Ride Mountains.
But man,
Yeah, so that was on that. And then
mountains.
he did Margarita on that.
Kainoa.
There's a bunch of other stuff that, was on that album and Somewhere Over the Rainbow. But when we did it, it was a real kind, almost a Jawaiian type thing, but was a very percussive version. Yeah.
Yeah,
And that's kind of was the beginning, right? So
Somewhere over a rainbow. Up
So we did that.
That's right, yeah.
So, okay, so fast forward to Facing Future. Well, we spent a lot of time in his apartment at Amana Street. It was a circular building. And I'd go up there a lot with my two boys. And I drive out, drop Auntie off at work, and then spend a day with the kids there. And we'd go over just whatever, right? And then he started playing that thing, and and we'd leave it, and Uncle Mo, Kelly, would show up, and he'd play it, and Uncle Mo would sing, do like Wonderful World and stuff, and he'd do do it like Uncle Mo. Well, long story short, at about Israel and Makaha sons have a gig down in Ma'ili at a place called, I think it was called the Rusty Harpoon back then. Used to be called the Jolly Rogers. It went through so many owners. And it's right across the famous body surfing place called Tumboland and Green Lantern.
Green
There's a big building right over there.
Right.
And so upstairs over there. So, long short, 2:00 in the morning, he comes up my driveway. When you live in a Hawaiian homestead, man, when guys come up with their headlights on at 2:00 in the morning, normally not good. You either owe money or they like borrow.
I don't think it's good for anybody.
Yeah, so I get up, Israel comes out, walks through the patio, comes into the kitchen, sits down. Tell me, brother, you get on tape recorder. And here we go, Sears Roebuck again. I just bought one. You know when those dual cassettes came out? $99 on layaway. 3 payments of $33.
Nice.
33. Oh. I get on double one. I don't know what it was, JVC, I think. So now I get this thing. Long story short, sits down, it's in my kitchen, takes out his mate and ukulele, plays it exactly like he recorded. About a week or two afterwards is when he went in with my good buddy, man, Milan Bertos. The rest of your soul, bro. I hope you're up there with Israel and my boy Baba. And now, Brother Darren stay up there too. So you get plenty guys for engineer now, Milan. And then you have my son for help you, Rody. Okay. He will be the assistant. But he pulls in, and, everybody else knows the story about Israel pulling into the studio. And, if you listen to Milan tell the story, it's hilarious. He's, he calls and he doesn't know Israel. Milan's telling me the story, and he agrees to do it. So he just sits up and he said, well, he's got an hour or whatever, he's going to do an hour, and that's, and he talks about how courteous and warm Israel is as he comes in, and he just can feel the mana coming from Israel, and the aloha and the genuineness of this Hawaiian giant walking into the studio. And it's coming from Milan now. This is straight from his mouth, bro. And he sits down and he said, brother, I mic'd him up and pushed the button. The red one.
Wow.
The red one, And the rest is history, bro.
Wow.
But to think that the work tape, we had to do that he did in my house as a work tape. Back then we had micro recorders, but not, obviously, if I had to lay away 3 times $33, ain't no way I was going to buy one small one time. Right? So if you want to make a Trivial Pursuit question out of this thing, I actually have the first recording.
Of that version.
Of that version. But so Noah and I play this because I tell you what, as soon as we play them,
Yeah.
At the Aulani, the House of the Mouse, the Hali'iole. Haleo Miki. Miki Masue. And then, I give a little spiel on it. And it's normally the last song of our first set. But I leave them with this. That it's a prime example of a song that was written on the other side of the pond, but taken and sung by a Hawaiian man who's hot. He's hot and soul. His love was bigger than his body. In the hopes that your tomorrows are better than your todays and your yesterdays. And if you come to the Aulani, you're going to get that spiel every time, because we're going right back to what I said in the beginning. You got to know your kuleana, and your kuleana to carry the torch of those who, though they have gone, the torch down here still get light. And that's why we do stuff like that. So me and brother probably, we just kind of look at each other like this,
Yeah, exactly.
and we do this one.
Trouble on the maps like a lemon drops. High above the chimney top, that's where you find me. Oh, somewhere over the rainbow, a bluebirds fly. If birds they fly over the rainbow, why oh why can't I lie? Someday I wish upon a star and I wake up where the clouds are far behind. Me where all the trouble that melts like a lemon drops. High above the chimney top, that's where you find me. Not bad for public school.
Hey. Hey.
I don't think you can do that if you go to private school.
No, you can't do that.
Not as good.
Hey. By the way, Andrew, man, I really like this guitar.
Hey, that's cool because
Thank you, bro.
it's yours.
Thank you, man.
It's a great looking
You
guitar,
know,
man.
hey,
It's the double O.
double O.
Yeah, it's double O size cedar rosewood. 12 fret to body gives it that sweet warm tone when you put that bridge in the middle of the body.
Yeah.
Slot head, yeah.
And you know, bro, I mean, much aloha to you, bro. Nobody's ever gifted me something like this. Besides my dad when I graduated, you know, Kamakukulele a long time ago. Unfortunately, that one got stolen from my house one day. No. You know, when you live in the land of the free and the home of the brave.
One way in and no way out.
One way in and no way out, brother. Stuff happened, but hey, holo imua, we still go forward, eh?
That's right.
But Andrew, thank you so much, man. I'm gonna share with you this
my
thing.
pleasure.
That was
your legend.
Oh,
It's an
man.
honor.
Thank you, bro. I was taught this by Skippy Kamakavivo Ole, or Henry, who was Israel's brother, and he was a man of great knowledge, and very inspirational to me. I grew up with them because they moved to Makaha, and their father became a football coach on the first original Papuana or Pee Wee team in Makaha called the Makaha Ali'is, of which my brother Michael played. And, you know, Michael went on to achieve great accolades at Waianae High School, Player of the Year, State Player of the Year during his time, 1981. Played for Dick Tomey at the University of Hawaii along the greats, you know, like Gary Allen. There are a bunch of other, Elvis Sattel, there's a bunch of other guys, the Confensis brothers, Brian Derby, Quentin Flores, Embo Cajuano, played with the Nogas,
Wow.
you know. Yeah, my brother, you know, held it down over there. But Israel them came there because their father, you know, they moved there and the father coached. And that's how I got to spend time with them and got really close with them. You know, I used to drive them to work at a Hank's place in Kaimuki when they needed somebody to, you know, shuttle them there. So I would drive either Skippy's car or at that time I had this big, wonderful Ford Granada. I don't know if you can remember that, bro. Ford Granada, emerald green, bro.
It sounds big.
Bro, we look like a mafia coming with a Granada.
Boy.
But there was a Buffalo's big board surfing meet,
Yeah.
and Olomana was playing. So Kiki or Robert Beaumont, Jerry Santos, I think Willie Paikule, Wally Suinaga was there. Uncle Buffalo's thing was big, bro, for us in Makaha. Big, huge. We all participated. I grew up with Brian, kuleana. Auntie Mommy was my babysitter when my father would go and catch waves with buffalo. So me and Brian kuleana kind of shared the same playpen, yeah, when we were small.
What's that?
You know the wooden one, they make you feel like you're in jail. you remember those?
Yeah.
Wooden playpens that if you stuck your head in there, you had to, saw your way out. And, had the Hawaiian abacus,
What?
That thing only went up to 5.
Oh, yeah.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, count them backwards. 1, 2, 3, 4.
That's right.
The Hawaiian abacus, bro. Only get five beads. That's it.
Wasn't it on the top of the...
Yes, sir. And was an ugly Gumby green color normally. Yes, sir. And you spin them like that. And we keep, now the kids need telephone for keep them occupied. Kids, we used to spin these little discs, for hours and hours and hours until the surf went down. Could be 3-4 days we'll stop doing that. What's wrong with you folks? So anyway, getting back to the story. It's time for the Makaha Sons of Ni'ihau to go on stage. They do. We used to call Skippy Brother. Brother was his name because that's the name bestowed upon the eldest normally, right? Brother or Junior, right? Brother. Brother's guitar breaks. Brother has no guitar. Kiki Beaumont gives brother his guitar for play.
Oh, wow.
Now, you would think it's nothing. Skippy went up there and gave this talk. And this one is for you, bro. I like to thank Kiki for letting me his guitar. For it's not just he's letting me the guitar to play. He said, ladies and gentlemen, you need to understand that when a musician gives you his possession to play, that's his heart and soul that's in that instrument. That's his mana that he's allowing you to play and make music. And that has never left me. That is over 50 years ago I heard that. I was a young man back then. Just about 50 years right now. And to you, bro, thank you, bro. Because I know exactly what this means. I mean, I will cherish this instrument. This instrument will be much loved and played often and much mentioned, as we take her around the world.
Oh, yeah.
And maybe for the purpose of just that little lesson in etiquette, in respect, of respecting someone else's property while it's in your possession. Just like this earth. If it's still somebody else's, we're just here for take care of them for the short time we're here. Same thing. Leave them better than when you came.
Yeah.
And that's what it some guitars, when you put inside the hand, you see, you guys don't know, he gave me a choice to take a 14 fretter or this 12 fret slotted head. They're both good. But just like anything else in life, when you know, right? When you know, you know. So maybe I think I've never really named the guitar, but to honor those who mentored me, maybe. So I think we just call this guitar Vivole. One having no fear. Oh, we go all the way. We just call this a Nakamaka Vivole right here. For my two brothers that took me on this journey. So we'll share one song with you. And Andrew knows my story. We talked about this. Manoa knows. In life, you don't know when a curve coming. And 2 years ago, the curve came. And I couldn't hit him out of the park. No matter what. because was a pitch that wasn't meant for me hit. Did my best, but I couldn't hit him. Long shot. My boy went home 2 years ago, just about. February will make 2 years that he went home. And you don't know until you know what it's like. Of all the compositions that I've written, this is the one. Nobody can tell you what this experience is like. Nobody can tell you when a thing gonna end. They can assume, and they can assume how you feel, but only you know what you know. So I'm gonna share this with you because this is what helped me to start to move on. Not away. There's a difference. Move away, moving on. No, you never move away from that.
No.
That's yours. So, real simple. My son's name was Nalevi Kupuna, Isaiah Beazley, better known as Bubba. I had a time. On his 1 year anniversary, heavenly anniversary, I took Noah with me into the studio and my granddaughter, Kapuhau. And we did this song without getting too far deep everything, but the song is called Bubba EY. I thank those in the Hawaiian language community who helped me with what little Hawaiian there is on here. But they helped me make them right so that the song, when we talk about this child or this person as a precious gift. So, you ready, bro?
Ready.
For my ohana and all you guys that can help us through, was truly a cool thing, and it continues till today.
Le baba baba Daddy's been kaumaha since you've gone and went away. Daddy, you no need cry for me. I live my life the way I chose. I'm with Yesu, I am free. Le baba baba I miss your smile and laughter and the funny things you'd say. Daddy, tell my ohana that I'm okay. Look up and see I'm running free in the hale where the angels play. Baba, I miss you so. I just can't seem to let you go. But deep inside my puva, I'll know there'll come a day when I'll meet you at the hale, oh Jesus, where the angels love to play. Baba. Daddy, can you please tell my sons that I love them like you love me, with that endless daddy's love? Ole Bubba EY, I miss you so. I just can't seem to let you go. But deep inside my pool, I'll know there'll come a day when I'll meet you at the Hallelujah Jesus, where the angels love to play. Hey, Bubba, hey, cool, sweet lake, Poina ole, Bubba, As for you, my boy, I love you.
Beautiful.
Thank you, bro. Thank you, bro. You know, that one is special. One of the most
Pretty
special ones.
Pretty heavy.
Yeah, it is. It is. But you know, I needed to write that just so that I've never written something like that. It's different because it's like I'm having a conversation with him.
Yeah.
You know, and what inspires it? How did it get there? I've yet to figure it out. But I don't think it was meant for me. Figure out. It just had to happen. So
That's just your gift, Uncle.
yeah, maybe,
just
but
it.
I do believe that my boy had one part in that. You know, like him saying, you know, Daddy, I'm okay.
Yeah.
You know, I'm all right. You know, that, Daddy, you don't need to cry for me. I live the way I chose. I'm with Yesu. I'm free. You know, those things. That's the only conclusion I can come to as far as where that style of writing came from. I've never. How do you write something like that? I mean, I talk to myself plenty of times, but that's you know, normally in a catatonic stupor. You know what I'm saying?
I can't write like that.
Yeah, but thank you, brother, for this.
Thank you.
It really.
Thank both of you guys.
No, thank you, Andrew.
This was a wonderful time I got to spend with you guys.
Oh, same here, man.
Excellent, yeah.
Same here, bro.
Thank you.
We'll do it again.
Yeah, let's do it again. So
I feel super honored too when I get to like get someone like you and have this like document of a stamp in time, you know.
yeah.
There's been like, I mean, like, you know, I was good friends with Ernie and we would be up here hanging out and talking and stuff, and I'm like, why didn't I just turn the cameras more on? It's like I didn't want to be like too much, like, you know.
And you know,
But it's like you never know.
You never know,
right?
I give you a prime example of that. I was fortunate enough to hang out with Rap Repplinger a little, and one of the engineers in my in my early recording days was Jim Linkner, and Jim would talk about when Rap walked into the studio, it was roll tape.
No ways.
Because you didn't know what was going to happen. You didn't know what he was going to do.
That's awesome.
It was just press the button.
Yeah. You might capture gold.
And that's the same. That's the same thing. And
You know, my mom dated him.
Kavika. He was super funny, bro. I mean, his family calls him Kavika. But Rap was funny. I mean, he spent some time at the Ala Moana Americana Hotel when the Makaha Sons had a show there. Punani Vaughn was there. And there was a place called the Tropics where the Casamaros held court. So at one time, Hawaiian music was hammering, bro. But Rap was the comic, bro. And so I would take Skippy to him. Once in a while, I would have to drive, or I would just be hanging. And, bro, Rap was always, bro, on fire and on point. Just hilarious, bro. Nicest guy backstage, you know, just talk story. And so, you know, I'm very fortunate to have grown up musically in a time of some of the greats, man. I think I'm probably one of the last of a generation that had the chance to actually play with Gabby Pahinui. Only one time. I was 17 years old and I was at my Uncle Terry Kaikuahivi's house for my cousin's party, graduation. And you know, in Makaha, when they party, 3-4 days, brother. The party is Saturday, but they did it on Thursday, Friday, but say Sunday, sleep it off, Monday, go back to work. But, so anyway, Gabby's there, he's sitting down with my Uncle Terry them, and me and Uncle Brian, Tolentino them. We playing music.
Holy smoke.
And my friend Kamaka Crab, God rest you soul, Kamaka. I know he's still up there with that Israeli. So Gabby come up. Oh, brother, we in a glory, eh? We play. Oh, Gabby play. Oh, we play. You know what his advice was to us after he was pow? You guys play too loud. And then, fortunately for me, I got to play with all the sons, man. Ciro, Blah, Martin, and the genius of Pahinui, bro. I just so fortunate to have been around those guys, Punani Van, to absorb his mana.
Yeah, that's...
You know, I mean, I still play Punani stuff. I still play those things.
It's like that guttural, like that's like that sound that they had.
Yeah.
It's like coming from the depths of your soul.
Yeah.
Bro.
It's, you can't really emulate that today.
They were, oh man, just unbelievable. And then you like be in awe. I mean, you go sit down and go play with Ledward and Ciro and just...
I wouldn't be able to play.
You hear the genius.
Yeah.
The things they do, I'm like, what made you do that?
Yeah.
How'd you hear that?
I wouldn't be able to play at all.
How did you get it? How'd you get it in that space? And you know what? You know what the answer to that is? We thinking too much.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm like, you guys are right there. I mean, you definitely. Yeah, no.
Yeah.
But it's nice. It's nice to have that reverence
Yeah.
for your heroes.
And Ernie, bro, I worked with Ernie for many years, and we were really, really close.
Were you stevedore there at that time?
Oh,
too?
yeah.
Yeah.
But we used to gig out, and we'd play at work and stuff like that. And it just, broke my heart.
So crazy.
What a talent, bro. The human metronome. That guy could hold rhythm for days, bro. And just no miss,
The person he was too.
Oh, bro.
He's just normal.
He was the coolest.
Yeah.
And he was like good to he was so good to his family and like helped so many people.
Oh, mean, bro. I know people that, was having a hard time, and he took them in
Yeah.
his house at Kalama Valley. I can name them, but I'm not.
Right.
But, when he started dating, who eventually became his wife, Kahele. So he and I are at this Ahakane event, men's retreat in Windward, Kaneohe. So Uncle Earl Kava is teaching us how to make the papa for make poi, the board. Papa kui or kui papa, I don't know what they call them, but whatever, the board, Kaj.
Yeah.
The board. So we over there. So Ernie and I, because we got that Ahakane, I have a gig and it's at Sean Pimentel's father's house. So Ernie has Kahele's boy, Kailoa, with him. And Kailoa is a young guy. And so we need to go to the gig. So we do. We go. And hey, Kahele, sorry if I got to share this story, but this is, and I've talked about it to you, but it's funny. So we're done with the gig. And while we're up there, the phone is ringing because she's, wondering, where's the boy and all this. This, Ernie's got the boy and whatever. So he comes on the phone and I'm driving and I'm listening to the conversation and, blah, blah. So, and I hear him go like that. So, I left him up there with the brothers. He's fine, blah, 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 blah. And then the conversation goes. And so he hangs up, bro. And the first thing out of his mouth is, oh, man. He told me, oh, man, I got to remind her that I'm new at this. But, his heart, right? His sense of humor and stuff like that. So, God bless his soul. But, we do one for brother.
Sounds good.
Yeah.
We could just close them up with this. I hope I can remember the words, but I really love this song. I'm not sure who wrote it, but Ernie, he did things with a purpose, and he was really he was kiai for all things Hawaiian. To sit alongside of him and Todd Adamski, bro. You know, that's another guy I don't like play. We're playing a gig, so I'm playing this. You know, so it goes. People coming and people leaving. So we're playing Home by Olamana. And then here comes the solo, and Todd tells me, go. And I turn back and go, no.
Todd ripped like nobody.
Bro.
Plus, once he put in the volume control
Oh,
on his
bro.
acoustic, he's doing all
One
these
of a
swells and
kind.
stuff, yeah.
And yeah, I shared this story with you about Todd, bro. Bro.
He ran our store for like 5 years.
Yes. Yeah. So, long story short. You know, when brother was sick, he was up here at Waiawa Hospital, and Jeff Rasmussen and I decided we're going to see brother today. We go. We sit down, and he gave one little papoose guitar made by Tacoma. Small, look like an ukulele, but it's a guitar. I guess like one tenor guitar. And we talking. And you know the last thing he even teach me in Jeff Rasmussen? How to tune one guitar with the tuner. When you tune, hands off, because just a little pressure changes the tone or the tune. And then talked about tuning, you know, a cent or two under on some strings so that when you move up, you'd be in pitch. That was the last thing that he didn't teach us. And me and Jeff, we still talk about this till today. Now, he's on his bed, you know. We play Brown Man. We play a couple church songs. And we play Brown Man Blues, bro. And Todd just shreds it, bro, with that little papoose. You know.
No doubt.
You know, and thank God we had that chance. Because just a few hours later, Todd went home.
Oh, wow.
So we was like the last guys that got to play with Todd, bro.
He was ripping down to the end.
Bro, on a little guitar. Like it's a tenor guitar. Because, you know.
Yeah.
But, he just
I saw him about a week before he passed. I went over to his house, and he was still playing.
Yeah.
Still playing.
Yeah. You know, and Todd was Todd, man.
You know, he was so well loved. He touched so many people that when he was managing the store, like at least a couple times a week, people would drop off like pies or food or just to like, just because he touched them in their lives, you know? It's like one of those guys where it's like, dang.
Yeah.
I mean, those
so
guys.
well loved.
I've never heard one guy play like that. And any type of music. I heard him play on disco band one time. And he had that Godin guitar.
Oh, yeah.
Bro. I don't even hear the chords. When I hear that kind of, I don't know what chords they're playing.
Me neither.
And Todd is just,
Yeah.
I mean, like a glove,
He
bro.
got that wet sound, that really funky, just,
Bro.
yeah. He was so killer.
The stuff that he played was so tasty, man. So tasty.
Yeah.
Him, Ernie, and John. Or him, Ernie, and Aj.
Yeah.
Unbelievable, bro.
Yeah.
I mean, you can often imitate, but no can duplicate, bro. No. You know.
I just saw Aj the other day for the first time in years. Still doing it.
Well, so, what do you like to do? You like to do the river?
Let's do it.
Okay, so this song, John, I'm going to do this song for honor you and your brother. This song was written by Johnny Cruz. I fell in love with this song because it had like one gospel feel the first time I played it. And I can remember the first time I played it is when my good friend Melvin Andrews got married. His kids are getting ready for graduate college. That's how long ago we did the gig.
Wow.
It was me, Ernie, Todd, and Aj, I think it was Aj. And this is the first time I ever heard this song. Brother, he was taking me to church, bro. Took me to church with this song, The River. Never heard it before. Later on, I got to play with John. Found out that's John's song. and the rain come down into this river. The river runs out into the sea. Sea surrounds this island. This island is home to me. Come on down to the river. Come on down with me. We could both jump in, swim on out to sea. Oh, let's go down, down into the water. Yeah, the water of love is sweet, and it flows to you and me. Yeah, the rain comes down,
The rain come down
into this river,
into this river,
and the river runs out into the sea. Oh, the sea
the
surrounds
sea surrounds
this island. This island is home to me. Come on down to the river. Come with me, my friend. What if we cross over and I come back again? Oh, let's go down, down and cross over. All the water of love is sweet, and it flows through you and me. Wait about a one for Todd, Tom. Come with me, my friend. What if we cross over and I come back again? Oh, let's go down. Let's go down, down and cross over. Yeah. All the water of love is sweet, and it flows through you and me. Let the rain come down.
The rain come down
into this river.
into this river.
Oh, the river runs out into the sea. Oh, the sea surrounds this island. This island is home to me. This island is home, sweet home to me. One for you guys, bro.
All
Yes,
That's what's up.
yeah, that was fun. Good stuff. Thanks for having us, brother. I
Yeah,
mean, I
thank
really
you.
appreciate it and this opportunity
Noah,
to.
mahalo.
Thank you, brother.
Thank you.
Much.
Thank you so much.
That was beautiful.
Thanks,
All right. Thank you guys. And catch these guys out. Look them up.
Oh, yeah.
Find them when you're on the island.
Yeah.
And we'll see you guys soon.
Aloha.
Aloha.
Aloha. Malama.
All right.
Te tupu. Aloha.